Yo, what's up everyone, it's Cloud, and today we're going to be going over how I made my recent lo-fi instrumental, I Miss You, or Miss You, I forgot what I called it. Now I haven't really uploaded a video like this on this channel before, so, yeah, if you guys know me, I've been a YouTuber for a couple years now on my main channel, which is also where I post my music, so if you guys would like to go check it out, I'll leave it down in the description, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I did was I opened FL Keys and I put down this chord progression. After that, I opened up FL Keys again and I laid down these notes. And these notes with the chords sound like this. After that, I opened up Expand and I changed the piano to this piano soft layer under the acoustic piano section. And now the piano sounds like this. I also did add some reverb using Valhalla Vintage. I didn't put that much on there, just a little bit to make it sound a little bit more full. And apparently I turned off the reverb on the chords, probably by accident, but that's probably in the final product on my YouTube channel. So yeah, look at that, I'm a professional, I swear. Next I opened up Expand again and I chose this nylon finger harmonics guitar under the guitar section. And I laid down this kind of repetitive set of notes, and I also slapped a shit ton of reverb on it and panned it to the left a bit, just kind of have it in the background, and this is what it sounds like. And I also randomized the note velocities by hitting Alt-R, and I'll show you how much percentage I do it. It's really not a lot. And then I took every other note and made it marginally lower than the other notes, just to kind of give it a little bit more rhythm, a little bit more bounce. And yeah, that's all I did for the melodies. This is how they sound like together. Pretty nice. Like I said, that little guitar in there kind of gives it a little bit more bounce, and it just sounds pretty nice. And mixed in with the hi-hats and the other drums, it all sounds a lot better. Alright, so the first thing I did was I added in the snare from Damon. Shout out to Damon, great drum kit person when it comes to lo-fi. And yeah, this is what that snare sounds like. I also boosted the snare a bit by about 2% just to give a little bit more oomph, but I ended up turning it down in the actual mix so it's not as loud, but it just makes it a lot more apparent, but also it's not overpowering. Next I added in these hi-hats, and this is what they sound like. I also Alt-R to randomize these velocities, and then every other hi-hat I took up down a bit to just, like I said, give it a lot more bounce. Also a little tip for hi-hat patterns, mainly when it comes to lo-fi, but it can also be done in other genres. If you're in FL Studio, hit Control A and then hold Control Shift and then use your mouse wheel. Usually when you put in your hi-hats, they're gonna be on beat, but if you scroll down once, it'll put them a little bit off beat, and it'll give them a lot more swing in your drum pattern, and overall it will sound like really fucking nice. And yeah, this is what they sound like with the snare. And yeah, personally, I like to create a rhythm with my hi-hats and make them a bigger part of the drums. Next, what I did was grab this muffled kick, also from Damon, and I boosted it up about 4%. Usually I boost my kicks about 7%. I would never make like more melodic beats like Iann Dior and like Josh A and all that. But this one was already pretty thumpy, so I only boosted it about 4%. This is what it sounds like. Also, what I did here was I took this, added another kick here, and I made it a lot quieter than all the other kicks, just to give a little bit more balance, a little bit more rhythm as well. And with the other drums and with the melodies, it sounds pretty nice. And now this is what the kick sounds like with the other drums that we have so far. Next, I open up expand again. Now, usually whenever it comes to the bass, I don't use expand. I usually use a bass preset that I have, but I really didn't like any of the basses with this track that I already had, so I pretty much just opened expand and chose this fretless bass in the basses category, and then I laid down the root notes in my chord progression, and this is what the bass sounds like. And now this is what other drums sound like. And this is what everything we have together sounds like so far. Next, we have mixing your instruments and your drums and all that. Now, what I do with every beat that I make is I go to my kick here in the mixer track, and I right click this down here and select sidechain to this track. And if you don't know what sidechain is, well, look it up on YouTube, you'll figure it out. So yeah, what I usually do is just add a soft clipper, and I just leave the default soft clipper settings. Then I open a limiter, and I basically select comp and put the neon ratio all the way up. Sometimes I'll have it like this, but for this beat in particular, and a lot of my beats recently, I just put those all the way up. And then I put the threshold down. And what that's gonna do is every time your kick hits, your bass will dip in its volume. Because if you didn't know, kicks and basses, the frequencies often clash. So yeah, like I said, all it's gonna do is just dip the volume of your 808 or bass or whatever you have down every time the kick hits. And so now they will sound like this. Well, hold on, before I'm gonna show you what it sounds like without these things. Now, you might not hear any frequencies clashing, but with all the other instruments and stuff, you will definitely start to hear it. But yeah, with the two effects, this is what it sounds like. Next, after I do this, I make sure my hi-hats are not too loud, because default, this is how loud they are. And in the full mix, they just don't sound that nice. So yeah, I'd like to keep it down here. And like I said, even though I boosted the snare, I turned it down in the mix, so it still gives a lot of oomph, but it doesn't, it's not loud, it's not overpowering. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Usually when I make beats and stuff, I add a compressor, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what I normally do in my compressor. So yeah, this is my Josh A preset, which nowadays I use this preset on pretty much every beat that I make. Because if you know me and you've been around the channel for a while, ever since I really started making beats, you know I like to have my kicks and my 808s just slap. Anyway, so I have my threshold at -12 dB, my ratio at 2:1, my gain at 4 dB, which you just adjust your gain to however you want to have it. Usually without the gain boost, it's going to sound a lot quieter than usual. So I like to do about 4, and I change my attack to 15 milliseconds, release to 200 milliseconds, and the type is soft R. But yeah, this is what it would sound like with the compressor. And this is what it sounds like without. As you can see, with the compressor, it tends to exaggerate the kick and the 808 or the bass or whatever you have. But that's how I like it personally. But for this track, I just didn't really feel the need to. But usually with my lo-fi tracks, I tend to do that. But I don't know, for this one, I either forgot to or I just felt like it didn't. But yeah, that's going to be all for today, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave a dislike. And also feel free to subscribe. I might do videos like this more often. I might start making beats from scratch and recording the process. Or just do more videos like this in general. So if you guys would like to see that, make sure to leave a comment down below so I know. And like I said in the beginning of the video, my main channel will be linked in the description. Over there, I will be posting a video soon about my Iann Dior Shots in the Dark remake. And basically how I made that, how I made the beat and all that. And basically the process with all that. And you can just check out my other videos or my music if you like to do that. But you can also listen to all my music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, etc. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'm out.
We gon' be alright. We gon' be okay. 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 We gon' be alright. Must have been 2:11 when the world ended. At least it felt like it at the time. Teenage years make a heartbreak worse. Plus a lot was going on, couldn't stop it at the time. Dad tried to flip the house. Funny that it all ended upside down. Known for being optimistic, started feeling different, couldn't fix it, started writing lyrics all because